Hello everybody, here a new video from Renee from Spain, and I'm in my room. I'm a little bit in a different angle here. You can see some of my 7-inch singles here. You can see some of my DVDs too, metal DVDs. And in this video I'm going to show records I've been playing in my shop during the last week of June, the first week of July. And I'm going to start with Testament. I'm going quite fast, because I want to show quite a lot in this video. And this is the new order. This was the 1988 second full-length album that of course you all guys know. And this is just a great record. I especially like Disciples of the Watch. That's a great song. Trial by Fire, Into the Pit, The New Order, thrash metal classic. Now we go a little bit with the new wave of traditional heavy metal. I'm talking about Stallion with their debut release. This is an EP. And here we have Canadian Steel is on here. Killing Time. Give It To Me. Mounting the World. It's a great first release by Stallion. And since this release, they released some cool full-length albums too. This is pure new wave of traditional heavy metal. If you like Ambush, Skullfist, Enforcer, bands like that, you will like Stallion too. Here we have more kind of a rare one. This is Mars. This is not Mars with Rob Rock. This is a different Mars, and this was on Azra Records. And the album is Metal Drone. And this came out in '87. Just 6 songs. Great release. I mean, it's not the perfect mini LP ever, but I still enjoy it. It's hard and heavy melodic stuff. In the background, in case you can hear something in the background, I don't know where I put it. It's here. In the background, we are listening to Attenta's Rock. I think this was the 3rd album. They became a little more commercial on this album, more American sounding, and also they were singing in English. But this is a French band, and before they started singing in French in the early days. Satan Jokers, if you like that band, you also like Attenta's Rock. Okay, more stuff. Bloodlust with Terminal Velocity. This is the EP they released. This, I think, was the last release by this band. And here we had a different vocalist than on Guilty as Sin. Here we had, if I'm not mistaken, the Abattoir guy. Steve Gaines was on here. Great speed metal. But my favorite release by this band is the Guilty as Sin. This is so incredible good. They were not as fast as Slayer, or it's like they were not as fast as Slayer, or as fast as Blood Feast, but they were faster than Rushless or Tyrant. But even this vocalist, there's a different vocalist than the EP I just showed, remind me very much of the Tyrant guy, the guy from the US metal band Tyrant. It's just a great release. I mean, actually the guy, one of the guys that worked on here, the sound engineer, he also worked with Abattoir, back in the day. This is a great release. This is an amazing speed power thrash metal album. Okay, I don't know if I should go on with vinyl. Okay, I'll go. Another French band. One of the early French bands, together with Trust or Warning. Ocean. Not Ocean. Ocean, of course, the Hungarians. This is Ocean. And this is quite a cool release. If you like early Crocus, you can also enjoy this one. It's a cool release from 1981. I also listened to this White Lion record, Pride. Actually, my daughter and me, we drawn this. She drew this, and I draw the logo. And we made it look very cool. She's very good in drawing, my daughter. And this is from 1987. So many great songs on here. Wait, you know, they made a video clip for that song. When the Children Cry, or the great song. Lady of the Valley, they remind me of the early days of White Lion. Lonely Nights, Hungry, great album. Hard and Heavy, great stuff. Talking about Blood Feast, I talked about them before. This is their EP. This is, again, a great, very violent thrash metal release. This is actually a re-release on High Roller Records. I have the debut album and another one, the 2 album full length on original, you know, OGs. But this is a repress, but a very well done repress, high quality repress. I don't want to make this video too long. Okay, so I'll quickly show just these 3, just for you guys to see what I've been playing. Siren, the 2 albums by Siren, US metal, very good stuff. I think they made a documentary not long ago about this band. You know, because they played the Keep It True, and then later they reformed and they made a kind of a documentary about them. More like kind of a doomy, dark heavy metal, druid, vampire cult. Some tapes. Here we have Europe, but this tape is fucked up. You know, this is the best of album that came out in '92 with 2 unreleased tracks were on here from the Prisoner in Paradise era, but I have it on CD, thank God, because this tape is fucked up. Let's put it here. Here we have the Christian thrash death metal band Living Dead with Inhabit. This is my favorite Living Dead album. Later they changed style, you know, but still, I think the albums are okay, but this is my favorite release by them. And I bought this actually at a Christian bookshop in Budapest in the 90s, like in the mid-90s. Here we have the new Halloween on tape. I had to order this from Finland. This is a licensed product from Nuclear Blast to a Finnish label, limited to 150 copies only. I really enjoy the new Halloween. Here we have a kind of an interview tape. I mean, for sure you know this guy. You know, there's a lot of picture discs around with interviews with Rat, Twisted Sister, Kiss, and then he was the interviewer. But this is the compilation, an official release actually. It's not a bootleg, but it's a very cool. You can hear crazy interviews with Ozzy Osbourne, Paul Stanley, you know, Eric Carr. I love this Deep Purple album. This is a killer one. I really love it. This is when Ian Gillan, you know, he came back in the band. You know, before that we had Uli Turner, but Ian Gillan came back in the band. And this is The Battle Race On from '93. Great album. Dokken, Unplugged. Also a great Unplugged from the mid-90s. You know, with original lineup. Soundtrack. Great Days of Thunder with Guns N' Roses. Doing the cover song Knocking on Heaven's Door. It's a little different version as the one that came on later on Use Your Illusion. This came out in 1990. Also we have David Coverdale on here. And who else that maybe you will like? Joan Jett is on here too. Spanish band from the 90s, Sorcery. Big, highly influenced by Stratovarius. It came out in '97 if I'm not mistaken. And I also played Prisoner in Paradise by Europe from '91. This should have done a lot better. In Europe it did not so bad, but in the US it didn't charts. You know, it's why it didn't do so well in the US. But in Japan and in Europe it did quite well. A lot of great songs on it. Like I Cry For You, for example, the single. Or Prisoners in Paradise. And this was produced by Boo Hill. That the guy It also worked, of course, with Red and a lot of other artists back in the day. 91, great hard rock. You know, not so commercial as the, you know, the Out of This World or the Final Countdown. And the last one I want to show, and I will stop the video, if not, it's not going to work. Uploading it. I have some troubles there uploading stuff. Ceremony from 1991. Also a great album that everybody should have, really, because it's, just check Wild Hearted Son. That's a great song. Or Ceremony. You know, just check this album out if you don't know this. Okay, stay metal, everybody.